So with Grand Theft Auto 6 allegedly coming out by the end of the year, this means we are less than 8 months away from the official launch, and yet we only have one trailer. We don't have any gameplay or IRL advertisements anywhere to speak of, which naturally means a lot of people are starting to worry that the game might have been delayed, or perhaps the game was never real to begin with and we were all just being gaslit by Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive into getting hyped for nothing. But interestingly, a ton of GTA 6 news has recently came out from the CEO of Take-Two Interactive himself, Strauss Zelnick, and in this video we're going to be going over absolutely everything that's been confirmed over the last week or so, and he spilled quite a bit of details about what we can expect from the next few months in regards to Rockstar's new game. We have a lot to cover, guys, so check the video chapters for easy viewing. Also, PS5 giveaway in the pinned comment, and let's get started. So the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, who is Rockstar Games publisher, was recently interviewed and was obviously asked a ton of questions about GTA 6, since that's their biggest game in the pipeline and the largest entertainment launch basically ever at this point. And according to the man in charge, you know, this is coming straight from the horse's mouth himself. He flat out said that part of the reason why GTA 6 is taking so long is because they intentionally want to create anticipation in the gaming community. He says that they want to keep the enormous anticipation for the game, and he also said he's fully aware of the fact that there's way more anticipation for GTA 6 than there was for Grand Theft Auto 5, which has actually motivated them to take their time even more since it lets the hype build up. And I'm actually okay with them dragging their feet a bit because it also gives Rockstar some extra time to polish the project and make GTA 6 as good as it can possibly be. At the end of the day, the extra time put into GTA 6's development is going to lead to a better product. So while it might get a little annoying that Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games are intentionally taking longer than they need to, it also greatly increases the chances of a bug-free game at launch, which I'm not expecting any bugs anyway. So ultimately, I'm okay with this situation. Like, I would rather wait longer than I need to in order to get the best game possible than getting a game sooner and potentially being disappointed in some way. But that's not to say that they're not using their time wisely, because Take-Two Interactive CEO has also said that the long development cycle is because the game is really just that big. And he recognizes that Rockstar Games sets the standard for open world games, and he wants to make sure GTA 6 carries on that legacy, which means they need a ton of time to make sure everything is perfect. He knows how high the expectations are, and they have every intention of meeting those expectations. Now, when asked about the GTA 6 trailer 2 and the final release date for the game, the CEO, Strauss Zelnick, had a very interesting response. He said this, and I quote, "The anticipation for that title may be the greatest anticipation I've ever seen for an entertainment property. And I've been around the block a few times, and I've been in every entertainment business there is. We want to maintain the anticipation and excitement, and we do have competitors who will describe their release schedule for years in advance, and we found the better thing to do is to provide marketing materials relatively close to the release window in order to create that excitement on the one hand and balance the excitement with unmet anticipation. We don't always get it exactly right, but that's what we're trying to do here." There's been a theory going around for a while now that Take-Two Interactive is going to remain mostly silent on GTA 6 until the last few months before the game's launch, and then really crank up the marketing, and it seems like this is now more or less confirmed to be the strategy. The game is still on track for a fall 2025 release, but with absolutely no IRL marketing right now, and now with the man paying the bills just flat out saying shorter marketing campaigns help build the excitement, that seems now to confirm that GTA 6's advertising is going to kick into high gear within the next few months and get really aggressive leading up to the release, which I'm assuming nothing has changed obviously, will be in the fall, most likely in the months of either September or October. I do think it's interesting that we keep hearing from Take-Two Interactive about how much they want to create this enormous anticipation, as if we already haven't been in that stage for like years already. The first GTA 6 trailer completely broke the internet, and that dropped like almost a year and a half ago, and even then, before then, there was giant gameplay leaks from late 2022. So like, if we're being honest, the gaming world has been waiting with quote-unquote enormous anticipation for several years now, and Rockstar really doesn't have to do anything more in order to have the biggest launch in gaming history. But it seems that Take-Two Interactive want to dangle the carrot for a little bit longer before finally pulling the trigger, and as I said earlier in the video, I honestly don't mind that because it means the team has more time to polish the product and give us the best game possible. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to actually get our hands on GTA 6, but from everything that's been said recently, it does seem like the fall release window in 2025 is still the plan, so it's not like we're having to wait that much longer in the grand scheme of things. Now, with Take-Two openly talking about the marketing strategy while also sticking true to the fall 2025 release window, I do think it's safe to assume that we're going to be getting the second trailer at some point in the next couple of months. I mean, realistically, the best time for them to release the trailer was like 6 months ago, but personally, I'm expecting it to either release in April or May at this point, but it likely won't be any later than that because at this point, the release window will be within spitting distance, and as much as Take-Two Interactive seems to like short marketing campaigns, they don't want it to be too short or else they're just going to be wasting their time and money on the marketing that doesn't actually have any impact. Then again, this is GTA 6 we're talking about, so they could easily shadow drop the game tomorrow and still have the biggest launch in gaming history. But all that to say, I'm expecting the second GTA 6 trailer to either drop in April or early May. With the game still coming out later this year, there really isn't much time left in the schedule for more than one trailer, which is why I'm absolutely not expecting there to be a trailer 3. The first trailer has been hanging over our heads for well over a year at this point, and if Rockstar is coming out with the game in the next 7 to 8 months, I just don't think they're gonna bother putting out more than one fully fledged trailer. They might do trailer 2 and then have like another teaser, something kind of like a 30 to 45 second like TV spot that recycles the footage from trailer 2 along with a couple of new splices of cinematics. But in terms of the actual 2 to 3 minute long trailers that we're all used to, I just don't think we're going to be getting another one after trailer 2 finally drops, whenever that ends up being. So be sure to analyze the heck out of the second trailer because we're not going to be getting anything substantial in terms of story until the full thing drops. But as for gameplay, I think that's going to be a different case because even though the first trailer didn't show off any gameplay and the second trailer most likely won't either, I imagine Rockstar Games is going to host some kind of major gameplay showcase about a month before the launch of the game, similar to how they did it with, GTA 5 and how they've done things with their past games as well. This is becoming a more common practice in the AAA industry as well, to release a couple of trailers that mainly focus on the story of the upcoming game and then have a designated gameplay showcase in the weeks leading up to the launch, where the developers give us a deep dive look into the mechanics and show us the final product in action. Rockstar Games rarely have gameplay shown off in their story trailers other than very quick splices of action sequences. So I'm fully expecting there to be a gameplay showcase that starts off with in Grand Theft Auto 6, and then they go over all of the gameplay stuff that they want to show us, and then that'll probably happen a little ways after the release of trailer 2, and that's going to be where we get our first look at how GTA 6 is actually going to look and play in motion. Rockstar Games has been working like crazy on the world and new gameplay mechanics, as evidenced by all of the ridiculous leaks we got a few years ago, and I'm sure they're going to want to show us all of that in grave detail, which they simply can't do with a quick trailer. So expect there to be very little gameplay in trailer 2, assuming it has any gameplay at all, and then expect to see some kind of gameplay showcase in the weeks leading up to the release, although I don't expect it to be more than 3 to 4 weeks before launch day. This brings us to our next topic, and that is the price of Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, if you guys watched the Nintendo Switch 2 showcase, you probably saw that they will be releasing the Switch 2 at $450 and $499 respectively, but Nintendo did a little thing, and it might be the straw that broke the camel's back, and that happens to be the price of Mario Kart Worlds, which is now $80. And you guys remember that rumor of Grand Theft Auto 6 being $100 at launch? I said there was no way that it would happen. It's gonna be $70. Well, it could be that Nintendo did the thing that will change that now. Maybe GTA 6 will be $80 to kind of set the standard to that $80 now that Nintendo's done it. Like, I don't think they're going to release it at $99 price point for GTA 6, but I do think that $79.99, $80 price point for GTA 6 is looking pretty real now. Now, jumping back into the overall release date for GTA 6, all of the stuff that I said in this video, I do think there's a slight possibility of the game being pushed back because, well, it's 2025 and there doesn't seem to be any AAA release dates that are set in stone at this point anymore. With how much Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have been talking about it recently, I get the feeling that they're still very confident in the game coming out this year, but also if we don't hear any kind of official update in the next month or two, I would start to get a little worried about a delay, because even though the marketing campaign is going to be on the shorter side, we still do have to remember that we are already 4 months into the year, and if this game is coming out in October, that means the marketing campaign will only be about 5 to 6 months long at the absolute most. And I think the shortest possible marketing push for this game will be about 4 to 5 months. So if we don't hear anything by the end of May, I would start to worry about a delay, but not before then. But that's going to wrap it up with this video. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. What price do you think GTA 6 will be? Are you on the $100 hype train? Are you on the $70 hype train? Or do you think they will follow suit with Mario Kart World and release it at $79.99? Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe with your noties on, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.